Okay, this video is from the Boston ABC affiliate, WCVBtv out of Boston. Talks about pro and anti-union movements that clashed at the State House in Boston, Massachusetts today. I'll have a little commentary at the end of the video about the scuffle that broke out between a pro and anti-union movement, which the anti-union movement is typically referred to as the Tea Party. However, in the title of this video they don't state that, but they do state Tea Party down here in the description. Right, the tags: Tea Party, Wisconsin State House. Nothing about pro-union or anti-union. Just Tea Party.
5:30 back now live to our breaking news coming out of Boston. Sky 5 live above the State House at this hour, where pro and anti-union activists have gathered in support and protest of the budget showdown in Wisconsin.
Let's take it down to the ground. News Center 5's Janet Wu is live outside of the State House. And Janet, at issue here, pension costs and the budget, right?
Well, actually, it's even bigger than that. At stake this afternoon, nothing less than the future of labor unions in the public sector. At least that's what more than 1,000 members of the DSM unions believe when they took over Beacon Hill. And taunting them from across the street, the state, several...
More than 1,000 of them. It's so dramatic. And then the elimination of public unions, that was a little dramatic too. And now taunting them from across the way. She's referring now to the Tea Party.
100 Tea Party members and their supporters.
Well, Tea Party members are their own supporters, lady.
On one side of the street, those who believe public sector unions should be disbanded and eliminated because they're in bed with most politicians.
The people that they're negotiating with are on their side. It's corrupt. You're saying, I want more money, and the people on the other side are saying, support me in the election and we'll give it to you.
But overwhelming them in size and in a state considered to be union strong, state workers, nurses, and teachers.
Walker won't take yes for an answer because he has another agenda. His agenda is to smash the unions and permanently shift the balance of power away from workers and onto management and the corner office.
A small scuffle broke out briefly, but was quickly disbanded. Dozens of state and Boston police are monitoring both sides carefully. Now, just within the last few minutes, the crowd started to disband. Governor Patrick was among the last to speak. He came out at the very last minute. The decision for him to come out and address the crowd came after a couple of hours of debate among his staff. But in the end, he says, I don't agree with the unions on everything, but one thing he says he does believe in is the right for them to be able to bargain collectively. We'll have more on that at 6. Reporting live.
Okay, back to the little scuffle that broke out, as she put it. They didn't bother to mention who started it. However, all the while, all the Tea Party protests have gone on all over the country. Every media outlet, probably except Fox News, and maybe some local affiliates across the nation. Not just Fox affiliates, other networks as well. Maybe. I haven't seen them. I'm just giving a very liberal estimate or guesstimate. They've all been very quick to blame Tea Partiers for starting things. Yet in this one, it's obvious, as you'll see in just a moment, that the Tea Party man did not start this scuffle, as she put it. I'm going to rock this back and forth a little bit, and you can see. I'm not going to rock it. I'll just stop and start it. Let it play and back it up. Let it play and back it up. I've turned the audio down quite a bit, but you'll still be able to hear the man who shoves the Tea Partier. If I had to guess or bet, I would bet that the Tea Party man is the one holding the yellow "Don't Tread on Me" sign. He's wearing a black leather coat, black gloves, and a black baseball hat. You'll be able to see that he isn't the one that instigates this scuffle, as the reporter put it.
Now briefly, but was out briefly. but was quickly disbanded.
Office.
A small scuffle broke out briefly. But was quickly
Office.
A small scuffle broke out briefly.
Office.
A small scuffle broke out briefly.
Office.
Damn
A
it.
small scuffle broke out briefly.
Office.
A small scuffle broke out.
Office.
A small scuffle broke out briefly. But was quickly
Now, is he pushed as hard as he played? Possibly not. Was he expecting to get pushed or shoved or be involved in a, quote, scuffle, end quote, as that lovely reporter stated? Probably not. Notice he didn't fight back either. That's it. Sorry, I don't know when to shut up. Bye.